Watch Bridgerton Season 2 trailer. We react. Dear readers, the moment you've been waiting for has finally arrived. Season 2 of Bridgerton is here. The long-awaited second season of the Regency-era drama, starring Phoebe Dynevor, Jonathan Bailey and Simone Ashley, arrived too. Netflix be horse and carriage on March 25th. And while you have inevitably been binge-watching the entire season, you may have missed these secrets and hidden Easter eggs. This season shifts its focus over to the eldest brother Anthony Bridgerton, Bailey, the main character of Julia Quinn's The Viscount Who Loved Me. The second book in the fictional series Bridgerton is based on, as he finds a new love interest in Kate Sharma, Ashley. But if you haven't caught up on your binging yet, you have a lot to look forward to. It's a very interesting enemies to lovers story, Ashley recently told Glamour in an interview. They have a lot of friction at the beginning because they resonate with whatever traits that annoy each other within themselves, and then that breeds chemistry. Translation? Things are about to get steamy. Hold on to your bonnets because some of these secrets may blow you away. Scroll through to learn the hidden knowledge behind the Regency-era drama. 1. Beyoncé-inspired Queen Charlotte's look. Produced by Shonda Rhimes, the multi-talented mastermind behind shows like Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder, Bridgerton has been celebrated for its diverse casting. For instance, on the show, Guyanese-British actress Golda Rocheuvel plays Queen Charlotte of England, who was a real person. Some historians believe the wife of King George III was a descendant of a Portuguese royal family with African ancestry, according to PBS. When I researched Queen Charlotte and found out that she was of African descent, it gave me so much more scope to create her beautiful looks, the show's makeup and hair designer Mark Pilcher told Vogue. I used the silhouettes of the period, but in a celebration of her ethnicity, I used locks, braids and afro-textured styles. Her giant afro was in the shape of a Gainsborough wig, but influenced by Beyoncé as Foxy Cleopatra in Austin Powers in Goldmember. Pilcher echoed his comments to Essence, saying, I saw Beyoncé Knowles in Austin Powers Goldmember and that's when I thought, that's what I want. I wanted the biggest afro someone had ever seen. That wig in particular was actually 4 or 5 wigs all placed together. So we had the wigs for the ringlets and then we bought afros and then straightened them out and reset them on curl sticks and brushed them through so that we would get the best volume of afro, then sewed them on top of each other just to get that beautiful shape. 2. Lady Danbury created her signature look. If you look at Regency men of that period, they would always have a cane and a hat, Adjoa Andoh, who plays Lady Danbury, told New African magazine. For me, the fact that she's a widow meant that I wanted her to embody some of the masculine within her feminine, in a way to reflect the particular position of wealth and power that she had within a society that didn't allow a woman a huge amount of freedom. So, I requested a hat. I love a hat. 3. Old Hollywood influenced Lady Featherington's colorful style. At the first fitting of Lady Featherington, Polly Walker, I noticed that her outfits were heavily influenced by the 1950s, Pilcher told Vogue, so rather than giving her straightforward Regency hair and makeup, I looked at pictures of Elizabeth Taylor and Deborah Kerr and amalgamated a 1950s look with a Regency. 4. Eloise and Penelope's bond is even better off screen. Claudia Jessie, who plays Eloise Bridgerton, and Nicola Coughlan, who plays Penelope Featherington, are friends in real life, according to showrunner Chris Van Dusen. In the writer's room, we refer to them as Pen Eloise, he told Screen Rant. That's slowly becoming a thing, as the fans of the books tweet and are on Instagram. I think they're using that hashtag a lot. He added, when we saw them, we immediately knew that was Penelope and that was Eloise Bridgerton. I think we have something special with them. 5. Simon Bassett keeps his late mom close. Simon Bassett, Duke of Hastings, always wore a diamond and emerald-encrusted enamel brooch on his lapel during Season 1. It belonged to his late mother, who died just after giving birth to him, as seen in a flashback on the show. 6. But first, some makeup. Jonathan Bailey, who plays Anthony Bridgerton, had to have makeup applied to his butt for a sex scene. There is a moment where they go, "Can we lower the britches?" And when I lowered the breeches for the first time, they went, "Can we call in makeup?" He said on the British TV show Lorraine. It was just too. De shineth body. 7. Daphne's wardrobe is fit for a royal. I have 93 dresses, Phoebe Dinevor, who plays Daphne, told Glamour. That's just mad. They're all made from scratch and hand embroidered. And there's 6 people making just Daphne's dresses. 8. The reason Daphne wears blue. Daphne always wore blue, that was her favorite color in the beginning. In her innocent stage, costume designer Ellen Morajnik told BuzzFeed. Her colors changed as she evolved and as she became the Duchess, a married woman with her own ideas. We actually deepened the palette a little bit, made it a little dustier, a bit richer and deeper. 9. How those NSFW scenes really came to be. On Bridgerton, notably in Season 1 Episode 6, Daphne and the Duke of Hastings, Regé-Jean Page, get it on in pretty much every room of the house. An intimacy coordinator worked with the pair and other cast members for nude and sex scenes, which showrunner Chris Van Dusen said were choreographed. It was also that the cast would feel comfortable, and we really left it in their hands to take the scenes for as far as they wanted to take them, he told E! News. Those scenes were heavily choreographed, much like an action sequence, like your hand goes here, your leg goes there. They were all really rehearsed. Dinevor told E! News. I feel really proud of those scenes, honestly. We worked really hard at making them feel real. I was very safe. I felt very safe. With Regé and an intimacy coordinator. We blocked them out like they were intricate stunts. 10. About that controversial sex scene. In one sex scene, Daphne, having realized she had misinterpreted her husband Simon's comments about fathering children and having recently learned how babies are conceived, takes control of the situation to try to get what she wants. Every aesthetic detail in that controversial moment was planned, and Dinevor had a strongzy in her character's portrayal. We were very clear that there needed to be a show of power, so it's Daphne who takes her own hair out of the braids, and it's Daphne who pushes him away so he can see her. Lizzie Talbot, Bridgerton's intimacy coordinator, told Vulture. Phoebe wanted to remove her hair from the braids herself because it's an empowering moment and so much is tied up in women's hair at that time. That's a very definitive moment that isn't necessarily rooted in the sexual act, but it is paving the way for 11. Size matters. Daphne and Simon spent quite a bit of time in your bed and other places if a bed is unavailable at that opportune moments. The crew faced the challenge of making sure Paige, who is believed to be 5'11", did not fall off the reduced-sized Regency beds. One of the interesting things about Bridgerton was that so many scenes we did involving beds were on beds of Regency size, Talbot told Vulture. That was, honestly, one of our biggest challenges. Reg, being as tall as he is not really suited to a Regency-sized bed, lengthwise or even widthwise when there's 2 people on it. So we had to work really hard to make sure that if there's ever any rolling action, which happens quite a lot in these scenes, that they didn't accidentally roll off the bed. She added, that was a real issue. On nearly every bed that we had. 12. A little rain never hurt anyone. The cathartic rained-out party scene that took place at the Hastings courtyard was actually filmed indoors on a soundstage, which allowed the crew to control the volume and temperature of the water, and also allowed it to drain properly without flooding the set. We had a huge tank underneath to collect the water, because you can't just rain in a studio and have it just go everywhere. It's got to be properly collected, set director Gina Cromwell told BuzzFeed. So there was an enormous range of pipes and things going on. I mean, from my point of view, I was just involved with making sure that there were flowers, always flowers, and that there was food and pretty things like that. But I know that from the point of view of the audience, they were, hopefully, fooled into thinking that it was actually an outside set. 13. Blast from Another Past. The on-screen version of Daphne's rival Cressida, played by Jessica Madsen, was based on the snobby Nellie Olson from Little House on the Prairie. Pretty on the outside, the show's makeup and hair designer Mark Pilcher told Vogue, but mean on the inside. 14. Marina always keeps an eye on her lover. On Bridgerton, Marina Thompson, Ruby Barker, arrives at the Featheringtons' home secretly pregnant with her and her lover's child. She typically wears a lover's eye pendant. That's just to symbolize that she has a lover that nobody knows, John Glazer, one of the show's costume designers, has said. Usually, the miniatures wear up to the person, so people knew who they were, but they wouldn't display them. She has an eye, so she's the only one who knows who her lover is. 15. Revealing Lady Whistledown. During the Season 1 finale, the identity of gossip newsletter writer Lady Whistledown was finally revealed. It was so much fun, Coughlin told Variety. We had to film that in the middle of COVID. I had to be super secret. I had to be flown over from Ireland and tested and do the fitting. It was hyper secret. I couldn't let anyone know I was there or what was going on. But it was so much fun to film that. 16. Little gestures. In an interview with E! News, Golda Rosheuvel made a small gesture in Season 2 that was meant to call back to Bridgerton's first season. Specifically, when selecting Edwina Sharma, Karithra Chandran, to be the diamond of the season, the Queen lifts the debutante's chin the exact same way she did for Daphne. Bridgerton, Phoebe Dinavore. Just that physical moment of lifting her chin, she shared. I did exactly the same thing with Daphne. For the actress, this small gesture helped her see how it all connected. Season 2 of Bridgerton is available to stream on Netflix.